So what we're going to be doing right now, I'm going to be showing you how this leather I get to arrange it this way. Okay, the reason I have to arrange this leather like this is these are off-cut leathers that I've used that got remain, that I've used that got remain, that I've used that got remain, a remainder of my work like that. I thought the furniture I want to put a little nail in here. It's going to help me tag this to it. So I want to use, whenever I'm working on a big sheet, I'm working on a leather, something like this, a big one that I've been using in here. Okay, I'm going to be using this on the platform, so watch out for it. If you've seen it, watch out for this leather. This leather is coming on the course. So if I have a big material like this that I've been using and I need to mix this up with a very good color that's going to go with it, just because I've used this as some off-cut leathers, I can just easily sweep to this direction and look at it. Okay, I have some material that I can use to mix it. Okay, this can go. Okay, this can go. Okay, no, this cannot go. This will go better than this. Arranging it like this, let me have a workshop feel, not just a workshop feel. Let me have a direct sight on all my material at once. At the time I come in here, I bring anybody in here, the other person has a foresight, has a workshop feel. Despite it might be so small in here, but at the first sight of it, anybody coming in here has a workshop fee. And not just that, I attend that, and I also get this, what I want at the first sight done. Okay, that is it. That's why you have this piece cut off in here this way. And another way, the reason I have to roll my leather like this is there's some big leathers like this that I've not used at all, that I got in sheets this way, that I've not used, and I need to roll it back. The best way you need to store your leather is to roll it for the surface to be protected in here, to be rolling. So I get it rolled. Still going to be telling you the maintenance and the care of leather later in another lesson on this course. So get it rolled for the face not to rough. Get it roll like that, and at the time I roll it, it's not going to be good. After rolling the leather, I'm not then drop it off. It's not going to be good. When after I roll the leather, I then come hang it. The best thing is when after I roll it, I come here and I arrange it this way. I arrange it this way. You roll it up. I arrange it this way. You roll it up. You arrange it this way. Okay, that is it. This is an off cut. Okay. That's an off course, and this is my wonderful African fabric. Okay, there's some of the African print that is in here. I roll some of my African print. You can come here. I can fold this very well. This is an off cut. I've used this. The remainder of the project, I've used this. I can come in here, put it this way, and put it on my work desk like this. That's the way I can store that too. But if I need some, there's some in here. All of these are not African print. Many of these are synthetic materials. They are all synthetic materials. I see the way it glitters, glittering. They are synthetic. Some of them are synthetic materials. So I can get them hanged over the rail like that. Okay, you've seen the way I put my leathers together. And then for my tools, which I'm going to show you right now. Please, if you can adopt it, it's very good, and it's not compulsory. You get to do it this way. Another way you can get to do is just roll it like that, knot it, tie it with a rope. After you tie it with a rope, and then put it on your work desk. If you don't have enough space like this, and if you have more space than this, please explore your space. Create a workshop for yourself. Let your instinct tells you are in a workshop. Create it in a way that whenever you walk in, whenever your friends comes in and get to see the space you're using, let them have an understanding that they are in a workshop. That helps you work, and that helps you achieve something. That brings extraordinary thing out of your craft. Okay, coming around now, you see the way the leather I'm going to come down to this. It's just a normal rail. It's a normal rail. What I just do is that I come in here, I put this rail. This is just a normal The furniture man also helped me do that. You can see this is just a rail. I get it to get all my leather in place. You can see this way we have different forms of leather. Fabian mat, we have this suede synthetic, we have African print, we have a shimmer material in here. Okay, so we have different ones of that. I just want to see all my material once, and not just seeing it once. This is serving the two purposes. Not just saying it once, I want to have a workshop experience. A workshop, I want to think that whenever anybody comes in here, just come here and have a complete workshop experience. So that is it. My material, the rail, the shoe last rack, the leather holder, and then at the same time dropping my leather on my work desk. Coming up right now, I'm going to be showing you the tools. Here is the tools I use. This is not the tools I use. This is some of my craft, what I did in the workshop in here. So put this aside. This is going to be aside. Let me put it on my rack bag. This is another thing I get to do, use my rack. At the time I finish project like this, I just come in here and drop it this way. For this kind of project, this is going for a wedding, so I make this for a wedding like that. I'm gonna be using for his wedding. Okay, come here right now this way. This is the tools. We're gonna be using some of the tools, which many of the other tools gonna be introduced at the course of this course. Another lesson in here, we are going to be introducing all these tools and the way they've been used. So these are many tools we're going to be using. Remember, the major reason we are putting this course together is to tell you how you can reduce cost, not just reduce cost, and maximize the little fun we have with us. So coming here, here is the tools. This is where I do my tools. It is only me and my babe, my little lady that comes in here. So I don't have the kids. So this portion is covered. I don't have the little ones in here. Only me and my babe that comes in this apartment. She is a crafter, so please watch out for her. Get to see her very, very soon. So coming in here, you have this. This is where I put it. What I do is I just drop it on the desk. Whenever I finish like that, I just drop my tools on the desk. The reason I drop it on the desk is the continuity. The reason I drop it on the desk is that whenever I come in here, since it's a private thing, as I said, it's not the general studio that I have all my other crafters, my other workers coming in here to work. No, it's not that. So it's just my personal one, so I can easily drop all my tools in there. But if you are in a unique environment that even your private studio can be accessed by not just you but some other people that you are not so sure of their actions, please kindly pack all your tools in a jack, in a container, and then push it somewhere, please. This is my own unique way of putting my tools, my materials together. If you find yourself in a different scenario, kindly pack your tools, put it in a container, cover it up, and take it to a safe place. And not just in a safe place, you know, as I said, some of these tools, especially this is a very sharp tool which can get little ones injured. So what you do is that you pick it up and pack everything in a container. But if you are the only one that could access it, it's always good when you are work in a studio that it is only you that and some trusted part of your immediate extended family that can easily access it. That's what that one is going to give you. It's going to give you less stress. Less stress, what I mean is that when you're done working, you can just easily stand up and go do whatever you want to do. And if you are coming back to you are coming back to your work desk the same way you left it. It's not that immediately you're done working, you just have to pack it, put it inside something. Immediately you're done working, pack your set of glass, you put in something. That alone could be very tiring sometimes. So that's why I always advise and I have to show you around that starting a shoe and leather crafting career, you need a workshop, a private one like this. So if you have it, take use of it. If you don't have it, improvise. And I'm also going to tell you how to improvise on your little space. So here is how I go keep my tools. I just keep my tools on the desk, and I have some little container in here that I get to put my, especially my punch board. There's some parts of these tools that can easily throw off like this. I get to put inside a small container. Some set of nails, I add in a different container. My stitch line spacer, I put it in another container like that. This in a different container. Okay, so the little one that can just go and throw off, I put them in a small container like that. For the big one like this, I can easily do it. I drop them on the work decks, like so. I can see at the first side I need to pick up something very fast. I just come here, pick it up, because most of the time I go inside the main workshop. My main workshop is not too far from my residential apartment, so I go in there and I still need something to come and pick. I just come here to come pick it up and then go back. So in here is my tools. In here I use it on the work desk like this. I drop it on the work desk. If you want to get yours is as adaptable, you get a space that you can also work. Drop yours on the work desk, so it's easy. Stress of you packing it all the time will not be there for. I'm here and I'm going to show you the last thing in here. Very important thing in here. See, this machine is optional. Very optional, but if you can lay your hand on just this machine, you can do everything we want to do on this platform. You want to do your bag, you want to do your shoe, you want to do anything, everything A to Z we want to do on this platform. This machine is going to be doing justice to that. We have a lot of them. We have a lot of them in the workshop, at the main workshop, and I just have to get one in my personal studio in here for you to see. And this just take a little space in here. This is it. This is a post bed machine. It's a very solid machine. It's just a round footer and a single needle machine. This machine is good enough to do every other thing we're going to be doing on this platform. We're not just going to be using this to do everything. We're going to be using some other machine, but at the time you can just access this machine. This machine is good enough to do everything. For those that want to go into the intermediate level of these courses, this is very important. But for those that want to stay on the basic side of it, you don't need this machine at all. You don't need this machine at all. I'm showing you this just because what I do, this machine is what I use in stitching all the shoes I just have in there that I want to deliver for the wedding. That shoe, this is the machine I use to stitch it from A to Z. I did that in my private workshop in here. That's where I do that. So if you want to make something like this, it's always advisable to get this as other machines that you can use to alternate this. But I highly recommend this, not just because of shoe, but because if you turn later in life, you want to change your mind, okay, you want to make a bag, you want to make some other things, I highly recommend you get this machine. So you just take a portion of my workspace in here. I have it in here fixed very close to the electric socket in here. I get it fixed in there, and with this you can see I have my machine, I have my bench grinder, I have my lath, I have my material, I have my tools. Sincerely speaking, you don't need anything again in leather crafting. These few tools I've shown you is all what you need to get going in shoemaking and leather craft. Another thing I want to show you that you've been wondering, is this part of it is my printer. Okay, please, this is off it. This printer is off it, but what I use it for, I'm going to tell you, is I use for my soft and my printing out of my pattern. Yes, there are some pattern that you're going to be printing out on this platform. So although this is not what I use it for, what me use it for is my pattern making, 3D pattern making. This is what I use to print it out. I use it personally, but this is not for you. This is not coming for you. Please don't use on compulsory. You get this. This is a printer I use to print out all my pattern that I design on my system. Yes, I should okay. I have my system in here. I should have bring that, but yeah, this is the system. I use it. I design my thing on a 3D like that, and I bring it in here to print out on a 2D format. So in here is the printer I use, but take this out from it. This is not part of the tools you need to get. This is just a stationary place. I station my printer whenever I come in and I need to design some pattern. I need to design digital pattern. I need to get it out. And when I get it out, I push it to the printer and it brings it out for me. So excluding this printer, these are all what you need to get your studio running and to get yourself set for this adventure of shoemaking. So you've seen it right now. You've seen everything. You've seen how I get this place set up. You've seen it. I said you don't really need sophisticated space. This is my walkway coming from main entrance coming in here. This is my walkway to my convenience in here. This place leads to the other apartment in here, but it was permanently blocked. So right now I just have this. So I just have this small space, not doing nothing. So that is what I just decided to then have it converted to my private studio. So you've seen it. If you like this, please, I want you to go on some space that you've not been using in your apartment to reconstruct it, get it suit your what you want, get it suit a place that you can use for your studio. And please, what I want you to do is that I want you to set it up in a place that you have a feel that you are in a workshop. I want you to have a feel that you are in a workshop, so that itself we're gonna boost you. Okay, right now you've seen the workshop settings. Try and arrange something that gives you gonna be comfortable working on. Thank you so much for watching to this time. Hope you like what you've seen. Yes, you've seen it. This is how I eventually set my personal studio in here. This is it. I've set it up, and at the end you've been able to get an idea on how you can utilize that little space in your apartment that is just wasting like that. Yes, what you can do to it is just utilize it, and from there wonderful crafts can come out of it. Please follow it step by step. Just what I want you to do is that just use this and apply with the uniqueness of your own space. Your space might not be like this. Just apply it with the uniqueness of your space. You like what you've seen? I'd like you to give me a thumbs up for this video, just for encouragement for me to do more of this video. And not just that, I'd like you to subscribe if you're not a regular subscriber on this channel, and I'd like you at the same time you're subscribing, click the bell button. While you click the bell button, please, the bell button is going to give you a notification on a subsequent upload on this platform. Share it, don't just let me know. And at the beginning of the video, I told you something that I have a bonus for you. The bonus is that 9 lesson course that I have for essential shoemaking, which I've put together, which is going to buttress this point at which I've just shown you in this workshop, or what all these tools are being used for, or the material going to be crafting in this place, how we're going to go about it. This course is going to give you full analysis of this. You like to see it, so go to the link, or there's a link in the description in there. There's a link in there. Go there, click it, and it's going to navigate you to the website where you can take it at no cost. What I used to tell my students at the workshop is that at every point you find yourself, never stop learning.